Vegas lights shine bright, bad boys sitting pretty. Michael, Steve, Rob running things in Sin City. Podcast blazing truth, rhyming hard and witty. Three kings on the mic, Vegas life gets gritty. Matt Michaels dropping bombs quick with no filter. Sin City's own, blending gold with the silver. Steve taking notes, every word's a thriller. Rob's on the tracks, beats cold like a chiller. Badboyz a podcast, raw truth they broadcast. Speaking facts so fast, haters coming dead last. Las Vegas legends, three amigos top class. Mic in hand, setting fire, never outclassed.
Hey everybody, Matt Michaels here, along with Sin City Steve and Rob Busselary on the Vegas Badboyz of podcasting. I'll get to where I was a little later on, but we have a lot of...
porno booths cost a lot of money.
yeah, but glory holes don't, so that's all I gotta say.
The Summerlin ones do.
Listen. One of the big things, poor Real American Beer, they're facing backlash. It's hard to not get emotional to think that Hulk Hogan will not be part of the brand of Real American Beer anymore. Considering he is the real American. So, in honor of Loco.
I don't care about your shitty beer. I never liked it. It came out your rear.
Oh,
there it is.
Last real American beer in this country.
So not Keystone Light, Natural Light, Michelob Light, Coors Light, Coors Banquet, Bud Light, Bud Reserve, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
None of them are real American beer.
What about Grande Americano beer?
Oh, that's different. All right, SmackDown, man.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Steve?
No, I was going to say that the only way that you could replicate that is if you put it into a fucking koozie. But in any event.
Grande Americano?
Yeah.
What I love about Grande Americano beer is it's beer that's made in Mexico and looks like a Mexican bottle, but it's actually German beer.
And they love it. They absolutely love it. Yeah.
Another one is another one of those. I think it's the blue or the red one is an English beer.
I think one's a Welsh beer and one's an English beer.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I'm just saying it's got a lot of variety, but it's made in Mexico and it looks like a lucha.
Hecho in Mexico.
All right. Hey, big thing here. Ron Killens, tag champion, along with the happiest man on earth, Damian Priest.
Somebody didn't tell him he was going to win.
No, absolutely not. That is the face of genuine surprise.
Yeah. I mean, good move. Fans getting what they want.
Kind of. It's like it's like, you get to look at the hot chick and jerk off, but you didn't get the whole thing. His momentum was 3 months ago when he said,
so this is what you're looking at and jerking off to? Jesus Christ, dude.
You're bringing it out of me. No, the time to pull the trigger was 3 months ago when he said, put respect on my name, and we would have had Ron Killings and not R-Truth. But Triple H, being the jackass that he is, gave us this, and you know what? Fine, I'll take it.
Yeah, the thing that stands out to me is you could say that this was the payoff to long-term storytelling from when R-Truth was back in the Judgment Day. But I'm gonna not err on that side and just simply say that it was fan service, because at the end of the day, realistically, what else were you doing with R-Truth and with Damian Priest obviously WrestleMania is coming up. Why not just put it into just a crazy, multi-team match? Shit, they've only announced 6 total matches at this point, 3 per night. So let's fill some airtime.
Yeah, makes total sense. It's fine.
And you know what? They're the only tag team that's over right now when you really think about it. Motor City Machine Guns are kind of floundering. And you've got My Family Tree and the Wyatt Six just beating each other out, but they don't seem to care about the belts anyway. So they care about the lantern.
They're 50-50ing. They're 50-50ing each other. That's the problem. So realistically, I mean, they're trading wins back and forth and trading the title back and forth repeatedly. Who ultimately wins in the grand scheme of things between those two teams? They have to establish hierarchy. So,
yeah, I'm lukewarm on both of them, on the Wyatt Six and My Family Tree.
Completely understandable.
Yeah, they're also mid-carders, so what are you going to do? I don't know. Move on to these motherfuckers. Oh my God, dude. Looks like we're getting most likely Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in what I would assume is a no-holds-barred street match type thing, because these motherfuckers went from the beginning of the show to the end of the show just randomly beating the fuck out of each other.
They pulled him out of a windshield. He pulled Jacob Fatu out of the windshield of his car. And I'm like, all right. Did they use the same like sugar glass that they use for champagne bottles for his windshield?
Well, damn good and well they didn't use real glass.
Yeah, I was going to say Uncle Phil was there to make sure that went all good, that no one was asking for real. Now being part of the the Samoan family and everything, it could have been filmed by Tama, and backstage the discussions of real or non-real glass. One of the Samoans got in trouble because he filmed rehearsal and then put it online. What? Bad?
Five-figure fine. 5-figure fine. Over 10. I heard that it was over $20,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they do stuff like that all the time, though. I mean,
but it's authorized. It's authorized through them. Because you never know. They may break kayfabe or show people that are in storyline with each other, game planning and setting up the matches and stuff.
Also, for a mid carder, $20,000 is a significant amount of money.
Yeah,
sure,
absolutely,
sure, and it has to set the precedent too, so no one else does it. Of course, that's the big thing. And then Randy Orton taking it out on poor Matt Cardona, who looks like
he's got a boner there.
It looks like he's happy to see our kiddo. Do that to me again. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Well, there's.
He looked like he just got woo-wooed.
No. He has one of his solid plastic men in his pants.
Oh man, the toys.
Which you can only get on his website.
Hey, we can make all the jokes in the world, but that motherfucker is winning at life because I'm sure Chelsea took care of that shortly thereafter. Just saying.
Chelsea, did you see the video he shot with her and he's trying to sell her the action figures? He's showing her the action figures and she could just not be more bothered.
Yeah.
She could give, I think that was just a straight shoot, her response. It was like, I don't give a fuck about this. The only one she liked was the Shotzi Blackheart figure, which wasn't even painted. It was just, you could tell they did it in a 3D printer.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much how they do all their, their figures there. But pretty good, setting up this Randy thing, to see Randy and Cody build, why not? What the fuck? This is probably Randy's last real WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Headlining type thing. So, good for him. Okay. Raw. We had some going ons, but really, once again, the biggest thing these two motherfuckers. I mean, that's how you build up a fucking match, dude. Pretty simple. It's like 2 weeks or so of just talking back and forth, raising the stakes every time you do a segment to the final, finally we get to the point where this is the first time that this motherfucker is going to touch him. Plus, he's being egged on by his cousins now. There were 2 mentions this week, oddly enough, one at Solo and one at Jay, about how they're becoming too much like Roman, which those are not being said just, something's about to happen. We're about to see something big fucking happen.
Please bring back the family, the real family.
Well, I think you're about to see, something like that.
Yeah,
it's going to be something.
I mean, take that as you will, because obviously, I mean, what Jizz was mentioned this week too. So, I mean, is he going to give him like a fucking, instead of a bloodbath, like a fucking Jizz bath the week before WrestleMania, or what the fuck? I'm just saying.
What?
I'm just saying. What?
Jizz.
Did you see the promo?
No, right. Yeah, but yeah.
Fuck it. Move on.
All right. Couple of good things. Dennis Rodman going into the Hall of Fame, as should be, as well as Sid being announced today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, not bad for, thinking you have AJ, you have Stephanie, and you have Demolition.
Yeah.
Now adding, Rodman, who is probably one of the most deserved of the celebrities, for everything that he, brought to the table, and Sid, who should have been put in before he died. So,
yeah.
Do they have Mike Tyson?
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in there.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so happy to see the Sid announcement today. That's one guy that definitely, Michaels, you said it, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. If you could build a stereotypical professional wrestler, it would look a lot like freaking Sid. Dude, that guy, he had the body, he had the build, realistically, he had something that made you want to watch what he was going to do next. Unless your name was Arn Anderson, of course. But.
Well, then you had to watch what he was going to do next.
You had to watch where the scissors were going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Personally, I think that it's long overdue. But his contributions to softball have been tremendous through his life, and I'm so happy that he's finally getting into the men's 16-inch softball league Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Sid. Okay, so NXT, Shawn Michaels, guess I better figure out how to get onto YouTube, because Stand and Deliver streams live across the globe on WWE's YouTube Saturday, April 4th. Not a bad move. Throw it on YouTube. Why not? The AAA shows are doing fucking great on YouTube. So
yeah. And keep in mind how much ad revenue that they actually can earn from running ads as frequently as they want to do, with however many people are going to be watching that show. So I think this is a smart play, and realistically, this is going to generate more eyes on that product as well. It did drum up some support when Tony put one of the super cards from Ring of Honor on YouTube for free. And he made mention in one of the media scrums that that resulted in a noticeable impact in their Honor Club subscriptions. So yeah, why not do that if you're WWE with this NXT brand? It makes all the sense in the world.
I like that also, because you want people to get exposure to the talent that's going to be on the main roster within a year or two. So see him now.
Absolutely.
See him now without having to pay for the PLE prices.
Yeah. most definitely.
Well, Matt's better, but his internet connection's not.
Yeah, whatever. Shut up. shut up. And of course, Kendall Gray. She vacated the Evolve Women's Championship to go full-time NXT. What do you think about Kendall? It looks like she's another one. Sky's the limit.
Yeah, her ability is it pops off the screen whenever you're watching her in there. Hopefully they do right by her and make her the face of the NXT women's division. Which they would be dumb if they didn't do that, quite frankly.
Yeah. All right. So next on tap, Dynamite. And what the fuck?
Yeah, man. Who killed Tony Storm, bro?
Well, and then this is the question is, she's not really injured. Can we say this? She's not really injured.
She's not injured. That's correct.
So
she got, I think it's pretty safe to say she got juiced. We'll see her in about 9 months.
Oh, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
Hey, look, she likes stuff that's rock hard.
I'm saying she's fucking pregnant. More than likely.
With Orange Cassidy's kid?
No. Well,
you said Juice she got freshly squeezed.
No, the dipshit, the other bald dipshit said that. But no, I said that, yeah, Juice Robinson.
We thinking that's what it was. That confirmed or?
They're not saying, but realistically, they've stated that they expect her to be out for the rest of 2026.
Correct.
So
correct.
And if she's not injured, if she's not injured and she's going to be out of action through the end of 2026, do the math.
Or a movie. Or it could be
a movie. Or a movie. Yeah.
Or both.
Or you never know.
Anything else on that card stick out? Go ahead and
I thought that they would. I really thought that they would capitalize on Revolution and it being a very solid pay-per-view from beginning to end. And they went out and there were signs that things were off with Dynamite. When usually on social media, they will release a card image that says, 8 or 9 different things that they have booked for the show. So that way, you know what to expect. This week we didn't get any of those images and we only got 3 matches that were announced before the show went on the air. And then, dude, it was largely a skippable show. In terms of viewership, they did their highest number that they've done in a long time, since Grand Slam Mexico, actually. So they cracked 730,000 viewers. Yet that was what they gave us, was what we got on Wednesday. The coffin match between Darby and Gabe, they chose to, instead of starting it in the ring, they chose to start it in, out back. And obviously they fucking crashed a car. They did all sorts of dumb shit back there. And then they feasibly did that earlier on in the day. And then obviously segued it into the show. But I did not like this episode of Dynamite. I'm not afraid to say
I'm going to disagree. I did like how they executed that.
Okay.
I like the cannonball into the of Gabe getting cannonballed into the with that suicide dive right into the coffin. I like the whole thing with flipping the car that he's been driving around in, the old Lincoln Town Car from 1999, and he rolled it with the guy in there. The only problem I have with that is you make Gabe Kidd look a little softer every time you knock him down a peg, and he just got here. And you gave it to Darby Allin, who didn't need the push.
Dude, keep in mind, they also beat the Dogs on Revolution. So they beat that trio that they just brought in at the pay-per-view. Why?
I've said this
Don't
before,
know.
I've been saying this for 2 weeks. There is the bones here. The structure is in place to have a bunch of frustrated former Bullet Club members go, light bulb. Will they do it? I don't know if Tony's got the scratch for that or the desire to do it. I would love to see it. He's got all of the chess pieces to do it. The Mina Shirakawa match with
Marina Shafir.
Yeah, but Marina Shafir, to have her win with the champagne bottle that way was a little bizarre. Yes. It makes Marina Shafir look a little weak too, that she loses to someone who's been losing all year round. I know why they did it, but you're not going to give Mina Shirakawa any boost off that. No, she's not going to win anything from that. Marina Shafir is going to go right back to what she's doing. I mean, Toni Storm had a reasonable Toni Storm-esque means of getting out of mother's milk. I'm going to bite her titty. That's in character. You had Marina Shafir Mina Shirakawa just beat a hardcore person. Yeah. I'm like, it's not believable. So that I did not like.
Yeah. And as the Bionic Scoop said there, Gabe is a killer. Gotta let him eat. I completely agree, man. Completely agree. I do have to say this. Will Ospreay should not be going 50-50 with Blake fucking Christian in 2026. Period. End of fucking story.
Blake Christian shouldn't be on TV in 2026.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So that we can disagree on that, but regardless,
he's Ring of Honor level.
Ospreay should not be going and splitting a match, even if you want to say 55-45 or 60-40 with Blake Christian. No. Especially if the rumors are true and Ospreay's trajectory is what so many people think. If you're going to push him to the world title at All In, he should not be going 50-50 with Blake fucking Christian. No offense to Blake Christian.
It's the same thing with Mina Shirakawa. You're not going to elevate these people, so why put them over on an individual match and then you're not going to move them anywhere?
Because cocaine doesn't have any logic in its booking.
I know. I get what they were trying to do. They're trying to make it look like, oh, he's struggling a little bit. He's got a little ring rust from his fusion surgery.
Too much.
Fine.
Too much. But fuck it. Let's move on. Slam Dunk Saturday and Slam Dunk Sunday.
I tuned into basketball. I was very disappointed.
Sure. I mean, the one guy there, the one who looks like a basketball with the beard, who went against whatever the fuck Leo Rush is. Jesus Christ.
Dude, I love the Gollum gimmick. I don't give a shit. I saw it on social media because obviously I saw the social media posts before I saw him in action, and this week I'm sold. I am sold. Yes.
This is what I want him to do. I want him to lift his leg and piss on the floor. What the fuck? Also, as a guy with limited hair choices, he didn't need to do that with his lumpy, knotty looking head. He had a full head of hair. You stupid son of a bitch. You were going R-Truth level yet. You could have waited a little while.
Yeah, but then he wouldn't look like Gollum. He would have looked like some fucking weird crack baby running around on the floor trying to. I mean,
he already does. The babies are bald, so he does look like a crack baby running around on the floor doing God knows what.
Yeah, at least he looks more like Gollum like this.
Did he say the precious? I didn't catch that.
Exactly.
You know what he looks like?
He did a whole lot of talking to himself, though. He did a whole lot of talking to himself.
Yeah.
All right. And explain to me, who is Robbie Eggles?
So
Eagles.
this was, yeah. So he
Why?
is actually, so it was an open challenge. And this is unfortunately kind of the byproduct of them taping that show Wednesday night and then releasing that match graphic, which I complained about them not doing for Wednesday's show for both Saturday and Sunday. Evidently, in AEW, you can only release one match graphic or two match graphics per week. I guess that's the
And
max.
this is like the guy who trained him, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yes,
I
and
just
that
don't
was what
care.
that was what I was about to say. Is Robbie Eagles was the guy that trained Kyle Fletcher in Australia, and he's in TMDK as part of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh well, yeah, good for them. Again, one of those masterful reveals that if you don't know any bit of that story, or have that investment, it becomes like,
So commentary, I will say this, commentary tried to paint the picture a little bit, but yeah, I agree with you. They should have done more with it.
Too much in the weeds.
Well, the only problem I have with the idea of relying on commentary to paint the picture instead of, build up a week ago or something like that, and then have a package that you can play from last week. Because the one thing that you should be thinking about the coming out of the basketball games is that a majority of the people who you might catch their eye are standing around at a bar who had just watched the basketball games, and this is on now. So when you don't have commentary to understand what's going on, have a video package that at least it makes me want to go, oh, that kind of looked cool.
I'm going to one-up you on there. They should have done a wrestler that people were familiar with. Now, I get it.
Sure.
AEW right now.
Go that first and foremost. I agree.
Yeah, I would have done like, all right, we're going to do a Death Riders match so people will see John Moxley on your screen. And then your casuals will go, oh, there's Dean Ambrose on TNT or TBS. Holy shit. He's still wrestling? Oh.
Is he really, though? I wouldn't call it wrestling.
Dude gave a tooth for this business.
Yeah, I would call it publicly assaulting people without getting arrested.
I told you when I met him.
He wasn't doing this job. That's what he would probably be doing.
I told you when I met him. He is like that in real life. And I was a casual. I didn't know John Moxley was I didn't know it was Jonathan. So I'm like, excuse me, are you Dean? Are you Dean Ambrose? And he's like this. Oh man. Fucking iPad, man. Wow. Like a big cell phone, man. Oh, hey, brother, do you happen to have any iPods? My lady would like an iPod. I'm like, excuse me, I just dropped the load in my pants right now. And then here walks in Renee Young. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Oh, God. Hey, baby, you get whatever you want.
And of course, he wanted the iPod for Renee in 2025. So,
no, this was going back when I worked in. This is 2017.
Around then, we're fucking around with time. We're fucking around with time, Rob, to make humor. That's
sorry.
Well done. Way to just completely destroy the joke. Thanks.
Well, it's just that the year you provided was a little bit too far forward. You see, the iPods were relevant more about 10 years ago.
No, that's the joke. That Moxley still thinks an iPod for Renee is a huge thing in 2025, and it's not even fucking available.
Right. And see, back then they had the slim one it was newer than the old ones, and it came in a variety of colors.
While you were just telling that story, Dennis Condrey passed away. Way to go.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Way to go. Way to kill off half of one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
Well, what had happened was if I had my iPod, I would have played some music. The Midnight Express would have played the theme and held the iPod But you see, they didn't have their own independent speaker. So you would have had to use like an auxiliary cable and connect it to a speaker system in order to play the theme.
Speaking of themes, the music did not play for Marissa McMahon. Shane's wife was
Who?
up for Best Picture at the Oscars for Train Dreams. Marissa, man, I met her back at the Tonight Show back in 99, the beginning of 99. You know, and Shane and Marissa are just two of the coolest people, man. Way down to earth. I truly believe that if it wasn't for her presence in his life, that there's very much that idea that he could have been more like his father when it comes to women and relationships. Marissa just was one of those people who, you know, they just made it work, and you've never heard anything negative out of that relationship. And it's just amazing that here she has a film production company that was up for best picture. That's crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now if you could just come to AEW and learn how to produce AEW.
And one other little random thing here. Kathy Kelly reveals she's undergoing egg freezing surgery. So which one of you lucky boys is the one who's donating?
Wait a minute. So I don't get to bang her. I just get to jizz into a petri dish?
Pretty much like every relationship you've ever had.
Oh!
Wow.
Jesus
Welcome back,
Christ.
Matt.
You've been saving that for a month, you prick?
I don't know, but I feel like a field goal kicker who was given a fucking ball at the 5-yard line. Here you go.
Oh my God.
Woo! Jesus. You forgot
That's
some
awesome.
of these setups are just so simple.
I'm not no. We're not gonna. So much I could do, but no. Just go.
Well, on that note, anything else that caught your guys' eye?
No. Welcome back, asshole.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. The stuff that's going on in TNA, man. They've been consistently doing some great stuff. Kudos. Again, bringing back Trey Miguel was just one of the just heartwarming things. I think one of the best things that you could do to make a statement of, you know,
Fuck
hey,
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, if an executive company decision is going to affect some guy, then you know what, we're going to welcome them back, which is awesome. We'll get the title. Yeah. You know,
all the way fuck Warner Brothers for that. That was just for, you know what? You have to have some grace. And if you go pick through anyone's social media, you're going to find what you're looking for every time.
As a Warner Brothers stockholder, I completely agree. Fuck that entire situation. Fuck that shit. It was, abysmal.
So you know, luckily everything worked out nicely. I think what they're doing, the whole idea that Macklin was fired and then he, you know, weaseled his way back into a match against Santana, which realistically, even though it seems logically that Santana should lose that, you know, should win that belt, you know, retain it because he hasn't had it too long. Right. You also look at Macklin and you go, I could see them pulling the trigger, because that would be an interesting storyline of here's this unstable guy, and then you still have Eric Young around to whisper in Macklin's ear and maybe even be more of a taskmaster. In fact, maybe even dressed like the Taskmaster. Ooh. Start a new Dungeon of Doom.
Dungeon of Doom.
Yeah. I mean, look, Rosemary, we just saw Allie come back out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Which was and they killed her. That's the funniest thing is they killed her, and now they're bringing her back to life. Rosemary and Raven. This is crazy shit. This is hysterical.
But that's why I always like TNAs. I mean, like, they don't need to, but imagine if you like had Tony Storm over there with her gimmick. Oh my God, that would be insane. But that's the way it is. They're very cinematic. They have more vignettes, and the vignettes are entertaining every time.
Yeah. They're definitely more over the top, and you have to suspend disbelief. It's more like a fictional TV show. It's
a hybrid wrestling program.
There's no slight mint on that with TNA. They do some excellent things. Honestly, I like the presentation. I think that they do some very good things. So that's, if for some reason, you're having trouble scratching your itch with the, pro wrestling programming that's on there, give TNA a try. We quite frankly don't talk about them enough on this show. They should put out some consistently great programming. And yeah, I would love for more people to check out TNA.
And for me personally, I'm not a big NXT fan. TNA is a wonderful bridge to me to get over to NXT because they did it the right way with the Forbidden Door concept. They executed it in both directions. It was a two-way door.
Right.
Exactly.
And they still got that going. Ariana, who, realistically would not have probably a title in general in the women's division in NXT, has the women's championship in TNA, and here is Santino's daughter getting to work with her dad, which is phenomenal.
That's super cool.
You're seeing that bridge between the two. Our NXT champion is Joe Hendry, which a year ago going into, here in WrestleMania, when TNA was in, he was the champ and, he got his WrestleMania moment and, here we are.
And Triple H said it to him, after the Randy Orton match, he goes, you're going to have many more WrestleMania moments. He wasn't even, maybe they'd already signed, but I mean, it was a foregone conclusion.
No, he wasn't signed because he was still under contract.
But they
knew. I mean, they knew and that's the thing. The opportunity for guys to get the contracts over there, are now more possible. If Leon Slater doesn't go over there when his contract's up, I'd be shocked.
Yeah. But here's the other thing. I like that the TNA people, for the most part, they don't rush them up to the main roster. NXT is the right choice.
Yeah,
NXT is the natural progression.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And that's what it should be for. And what you're seeing right now with NXT is it's a beast because they now you have people coming in from TNA. You have Evolve on that show. You have WWE ID people on that show. You have everything and anything that's floating around on that, that level underneath it where they're giving them exposure. These kids who were on LFC, LFC was a good little reality competition program, even though you weren't really competing for much of anything. These, they were already performance center people. But they stepped up and you've got these guys playing, a little bit of a role in, consistently on the show. Then you're getting guys like Eli Knight, who's, getting a shot because of Booker. And the new class, they just brought in of, a few people who signed. So, it's crazy. It's really a great thing that they literally are rating all freaking aspects of whether it's independent wrestling, college sports, modeling. Like their eyes are everywhere. And if you have a social media presence, then I mean, you look, fucking Speed was on, SmackDown or Raw on Monday, once again, and Danhausen raced him. That's on social media.
Danhausen is perfect. Everything he's doing on and for the social media is great. You're seeing them recycle some backstage guys. There was one guy buying the T-shirt, and Danhausen goes, "Don't." And then the guy in the next clip is a WWE employee in the next clip.
Great, it's awesome.
He can do no wrong, Danhausen.
That's that's the difference. Let's face it. This is the difference between what AEW does and what WWE does. Danhausen was at home. You could have done this.
He's a sports entertainment character.
Yeah,
he absolutely is. Yeah, I completely agree.
He was good in both brands,
anybody who watched him in AEW, realistically, in the back of their minds, and I can say this as an AEW fan, we knew in the back of our minds it was only a matter of time until he was going to go to WWE, and he would be a success when he got there. And I wish him nothing but the best. He is a guy who is truly self-made. He is truly self-made. Obviously, trademarking the face paint, and he owns his gimmick. He is Danhausen. So shout outs to that guy, staying true to himself, doing it in front of millions of people now. Absolutely awesome.
But I don't begrudge his AEW run at all. It was good.
No,
he did what he needed to do.
No, but I just wish that instead of just having guys like this stay at home, that's what this guy is perfect for.
Yeah,
you could have used him in almost a 2-year time span for doing the stupidest shit backstage.
Yeah,
never having to wrestle, nothing. Just
he doesn't have to wrestle.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to wrestle ever.
No. In fact, I'd be disappointed to see him in the ring at this point.
I said it to Steve. What they, if you're going to do something with him at all, you bring back some sort of stupid 24/7 championship thing, and you have him run around cursing people for the belt.
You know what? And they fucking missed the ball, because the tag champs right now could be Truthhausen.
Oh yes.
Wow.
But I realistically, I could easily see it being Mizhausen though. I like the stuff that they're doing with Miz. I like the stuff they're doing with Miz and Danhausen.
I'm really wondering, and the cool thing is, if Mike is the kind of wrestler who he could carry the fucking match. Dan comes in, does some quick, flashy moves,
just falls on somebody or something.
Yeah, and he just for whatever, he wins those matches.
Yeah.
Or he just curses people. He curses the opponents before every match, and then they blow a move. They slip on the top rope.
Have some sort of a botch.
Yeah.
Botch. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'm wondering. I'm with you. I'm wondering if that's where we're headed, and if we are. And again, if there's anyone in this business who honestly, Miz is the standard, man. There is nothing that man has ever done in this business that made you go, I wish he would just leave, go away. He
picks a run. He runs it for a couple of months or so. He wears it out, goes to, takes a break for a week or two, comes back, and he stays fresh.
I would say the build up to WrestleMania 27, maybe not so much, but outside of that main event run, where obviously he main evented against John Cena, stuff like that. I wasn't a huge fan of that, but realistically, the stuff that he's been doing, I'd say the last decade or so, where he's not taking himself so seriously, and you can tell that he's having fun, that is the important shit.
Yeah. And again, he's always done what they asked him to do.
Yeah.
And this is the guy that they tried so hard, the boys tried so hard
Oh yeah.
to get him fired. And, and man, I know how tough it was for him at UPW. They did not want him there. This was a reality star. And it was quite intense. And he had to go through fucking, a frat induction, essentially, improve himself. And then he goes on to have to do that every step of the way through the time he finally is now on top. And even then, it was like he had to prove himself. And now it's like, man, everything, the wife, the kids, the Vegas house now. I mean, it's like, dude, Mike is just one of my favorite guys. It's great to see. All right, let's Steve, what are we doing? What are you giving us some philosophy for AEW this week?
I mean, realistically, so upcoming this week, the Dynamite card, obviously it features Swerve Strickland versus Kenny Omega, #1 contendership and the EVP status on the line. I don't think that they're going to have Swerve be an EVP with the company. I think that this is how you get MJF versus Kenny Omega. And quite frankly, you put the title on Kenny Omega in Canada at Dynasty. Let him have his final run with the AEW World Championship. Yes, I said final run.
Yeah.
As he will eventually drop that World Championship to Will Ospreay at All In in London. Jeez. Yeah. I just got done rewatching All In Texas yesterday, and it still holds up. It's a great show, but yeah, All In Wembley, will be Will Ospreay's coronation as AEW World Champion.
Yeah.
At what point will they lower Darby Allin in from a crane?
Oh, dude, I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
And actually, I take that back. They have already done that. They have done that. Because obviously he was doing the whole Sting thing, and then they've had him up in the rafters before, and they've had him drop.
No, I mean, because they did that in Texas. They brought him down from the ceiling. They showed you Mount Everest, and then he, but we'll see. I mean, what are we looking at as far as All In ticket sales, or is it too early to talk about that?
So they sold about 20,000 tickets for the first week, which, say whatever you will about it. It's still 20,000 tickets. Obviously, they got a long way to go to sell a good number of seats so that place doesn't look damn empty. So we'll see. But yeah, I think that the sooner that they build matches, the better it's going to be.
They'll get creative. There will be people in that stadium. There's no doubt.
Absolutely.
And that's coming from Matt Michaels.
Yeah, I'm not saying, I'm not saying it's a sellout of 40, 60,000. I'm saying you'll put 40, 60,000 in there. It will happen. And the same, again, it's not necessarily the product. All right. For all AEW's problems with maintaining viewerships or growing its base or whatever you want to call it, you also have to point to the fact that the economy in general, the world economy, is not the most friendly to ticket sales. So,
well, WWE's not doing us any favors here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, but
30,
you know what?
35 and staying.
Yeah.
35,000 and staying.
Yeah. And you know what? And that
and
number
no local viewing shows. No.
They've rescinded that. They've rescinded that.
They did? Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The casinos, when they got wind of that, I'm sure they put an end to that.
Okay. When did that change? Because as of last week, we were still talking about.
It's about a week and a half. Yeah, somewhere around there, about 10 days, maybe 7 to 10 days. Yeah, no, it's officially, it's officially viewing parties are fine, and that affects people like the Palms and Hard Rock,
Stadium Swim. That's the play.
Yeah, exactly.
Stadium Swim is the play for WrestleMania if you don't want to drop $1,000 for tickets.
Yeah, exactly. So, and quite honestly, that number, I think you're going to see day of the number is going to go up, because when the secondary market finally hits that bottom, when matches are starting, people are going to be in seats. But here's the thing. Still, you want to talk 35,000. It's going to be between 35 and 40,000, let's say, each day for a second consecutive year.
Yes, that's huge.
That is kind of just fucking mind-boggling. First off, what balls do you guys have to run that type of stadium? Because again, when they did 4 and 5, it was in fucking, Trump Plaza, and, it was maybe like 40,000, if that, 20, 25, 30,000, whatever that ball held. Yeah. So
nowhere near. Yeah.
Yeah. Nowhere near a stadium. So it's, and then if you look at the other thing that everyone was kind of able to figure out is the secondary with what you're seeing the indie shows be able to do. It's great. This is a great lineup of shows.
Hell yeah.
So, it's spectacular that coming back to this city also lends an opportunity where the casinos were a little more like, hey, we want you guys, so, and I mean, look, Horseshoe has, a WrestleCon and GCW together now. You have everything there. Convention Center will have WWE, HyperX with all the stuff going through FSW and the FSW arena too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I forgot where Juggalo Championship is running.
Just follow the Fago.
They might be running the dive bar. I forgot what their venue is.
JCW is actually JCW Stranglemania is at the Horseshoe.
Oh, okay. So
okay.
Yeah. So
with Brett then, in conjunction with the collective stuff.
A lot of good wrestling. I remember last year we did on Thursday night. We all went to Thomas and Mack to the mini arena off to the right to watch TNA.
Pavilion.
Where we got to see Manswerner get his tongue stapled to a door and then slapped off with a chair shot from Sami Callihan. And then all of my comic buddies, we went to the Hyde box seats at the very top of T-Mobile, and we got to see SmackDown. Then I went to the Modelo Lounge for day 1 and 2 of WrestleMania, and then back to Hyde for Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. It was 5 fucking amazing days of wrestling, but it came to about $3,000. And I'm no white collar worker. I'm not a blue collar worker. I'm in the middle there. It's a lot of money for people in this economy
now hold on. Hold on now, Rob. You're talking about the money, and you're talking about what people have to spend. And let's talk about the fact that DJ Impact likes to come up with a few extra dollars to spend.
Don't.
I think, from what I understand, DJ Impact has put up the $9,950.
Please tell me you're being facetious.
The Cody Rhodes bus tour.
No.
Cody's going to take you around on the bus, along with a tour guide from Las Vegas. You're going to be on the bus with him for a couple hours.
No.
Vegas sites. This is brilliant. If I had an extra 10 grand, it would be amazing to just go on a bus trip with Cody Rhodes.
DJ's going to be impacted walking up and down the streets to pay that off.
I'm just saying, I mean, since we no longer can run music about his shoes, I got a good feeling that one of the reasons is he wasn't getting residual money because he needed to pay off tickets. And, I guess when opportunity comes for 10 grand for a bus tour, why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, he saw the show and he messages me and goes, why are there detailed videos of my feet on a wrestling program?
Since when is he Bill Cosby?
Why is there with the pudding pops on my feet on the wrestling show? Somebody call the police.
Speaking of really quick, El Presidente, if you wouldn't mind, we got to get your mic back there. There you go.
This is what you got on short notice. This is so sad, okay? So very sad. What they've done to me.
Have you converted to Islam, Mr. You look like you're going to be asking me for $2 for a Nation of Islam paper. All you need is some Farrakhan glasses and a bow tie, D'Lo Brown.
Well, it was yellow. I can't.
All right, well, we'll go.
Hold on.
We'll take a social media dump, and then we'll let the president say some words at the end. All right. All right.
Excuse me, your president's talking right now. If you wanted a president of the United States, you should have just said so. You know, hardworking American folks all across this nation are living paycheck to paycheck. And $9,950 to see Cody Rhodes is an American nightmare for mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, and young children who can't afford to look at the Las Vegas sign and have Cody Rhodes point to it like it's the WrestleMania sign, which they don't even do this year because nobody can afford to go. The Modelo Lounge is going to cost $2,000. 50-yard line by the hard cam, $10,000. Hardworking American folks were not even able to go to their local theater to watch it until 1 week ago. That's not fair. That's not the American dream. Right now, there used to be a fourth member of this show, and he is on West Tropicana right now selling his goods to pay the money to get a little bit of that Cody Rhodes honey. And you don't think that's fair? Michelle? Malia? Sasha? We know that equity and inclusion should exist in and out of the wrestling ring. And I appeal to you, Mr. Khan, Mr. H, to make tickets a fair price. That's the American dream. And, you know, we bring it down to like $500 for ramp, maybe $400 for mid-tier. And we will happily cheer for Cody and for Randy and anybody else, Brandy. Because these prices truly are a psycho Sid. And I want to say thank you to Mr. Michaels, Mr. Sin City Steve, Mr. Robert, for bringing wrestling back to the American folks all across this great nation. Thank you, and God bless you, and God bless the United States of Wrestling.
You know, the sad thing is the ticket price for WrestleMania is actually $300, but the Ticketmaster fees are $2,976. So
Sounds about right.
And
Yeah.
we think that's not right. It should not cost the same to see a WWE show as it costs to see a Taylor Swift Eras tour.
And by the way, that $10,000 for the Cody bus does not even include your event ticket.
No. It's
literally just 10 grand
Yeah.
to ride around on a bus. with
And Cody is not even going to give you a drink on the bus. He's just going to spit in your mouth.
Well, that just sealed the deal for some people out there.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, maybe for DJ Impact, you know.
Maybe.
I mean, honestly, 10,000 ain't bad. Have you seen the gas prices? So it's got to cover costs.
Well, you gotta fill that bus up.
You know how it is driving here in Vegas. That 2-hour bus ride is about 3 miles long and is going to burn about 60 gallons of gas. So,
well, now I've been told that Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Stephanie McMahon Helmsley Levesque and all of the Trump Levesque family together, what they need to do right now is send Vince over there to negotiate a deal with Nick Khan and open up the Strait of Hormuz. And maybe that will bring the ticket prices down. That's just an idea.
I don't know. If we're going to get someone who knows oil involved in this, someone called Diddy. All right. So 25 years ago, WWF at the time bought WCW. March 23rd, 2001 was official.
Day wrestling died.
Yeah.
Well, then a couple.
Did you watch WCW for the 2 years leading up to it?
The Vince Russo years.
I did actually. It was a clusterfuck, but
a new champion every 2 months.
Realistically, though, you have to look at what happened in the fallout of that. How long were we without viable competition for WWF, WWE? And as with every single thing in the world, competition makes everything better.
The idea that they got so high in their own supply that they started saying that there were two different brands, Raw and SmackDown, which to that point there were not. It was you were watching WWE. And then they went, we're so big that we're two different companies. And I went, oh, this is pathetic. This is just bad.
Here's the thing, though, and you got to remember, the crash was inevitable because ECW got basically destroyed by the television network, right? The national network basically destroyed that product, put them out. Same thing happened with Turner. It was the television network that killed it. Bischoff had the thing in place, and then they pulled any wrestling off TV, and that was it. So realistically, and it took TNA a little bit of time, almost a year to 2 years to finally get the Nashville network deal going. So everything was $10 pay-per-views for their weekly shows. So there was a lot to do with the way the system of network TV ran at that point. What came out of it, though, I think you're kind of wrong. TNA did come out of that, right? And then you also had Ring of Honor come out of it. And you had a generation of wrestling fans who were seeing as independent wrestling was struggling because the boom was down. So not as many people want to train to be wrestlers, right? You saw these two companies be able to kind of take those guys like Joe and AJ and Punk and Kevin Owens and Sammy, and I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. And you know who helped those guys get better? Raven and Carino and Dusty. That actually,
Don't forget Al Snow and Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, absolutely. But what I'm saying is that time period actually helped what we have now, because it allowed that generation of wrestler to explore and grow without being put into WCW and becoming the Flamingo Kid, or
you would not have had the Young Bucks.
Green,
You would not have had CM Punk. You would not have had a lot of these guys. You wouldn't have had Seth Rollins, Tyler Black then. But the problem was, if you were the casual and you did not have the wherewithal to go looking, you tuned into what you knew, and WWE is good at killing. I'm saying the casual.
You're saying casual. You're saying casual. See, that's the thing. The thing is,
I realize that
when you're talking actual wrestling fans, those actual wrestling fans knew about all this other stuff. Steve was watching New Japan Wrestling.
Yeah, I know that, but let's consider you and Steve to be elite guys. There's a lot of wrestling fans that don't. They did not go beyond Raw, SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown. There are enough of them,
and that's
it's
fine.
bad, but that's fine. But my thing is, if you're watching back in 2010 and CM Punk is your champion, you have a decade ahead of you of Brock Lesnar not showing up for work for 10 years, except for a pay-per-view, and John Cena being given the belt and he spends 45 minutes on the mat dying just to end up with a few shoulder tackles.
But if you wanted to seek out wrestling, you could have. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying if you didn't know any better. I get you. But I'm saying there was a lot of people I knew who were wrestling fans in the New York tri-state area. You would go, well, ECW's gone. Where do you go now? I don't know. Well, there's TNA, but where do you go? And other markets and other cities, there were territories forming, like you're talking about. There was Ring of Honor. There was things happening. And where I came from, people were like, because I remember in 2008, China.
But that's most casual wrestling fans.
But we were
they come in and out of it. That's what casual wrestling fans are.
There was TNA
about the people who were like, boy, I'm so pissed at WWE that I want something else. No, right. They were like, I've got other things to do in my life right now.
Right.
And I'll come back to this when I've got, a 10-year-old who's like, Dad, what the fuck is this?
But they make up the masses of asses. They make up the masses of asses. And if you are...
And you see what we have now with the masses of asses, right?
Yeah,
It's what I'm saying is that the generation didn't die. That didn't kill anything. That allowed growth in this industry. That wasn't the growth of a company making more money because it was rival or this or that. It was the allowance for Dusty Rhodes to work matches in 2005 with, these kids in Florida, if he wanted to fucking,
I think one of the companies outside of, I think the two companies that allowed there to be some momentum and some social awareness outside of WWE is TNA and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Kept that steam going enough, and then all of the other things that you're talking about, and then maybe Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor was instrumental too.
Yes. Yeah, as we got deeper into the 2010s, those three companies, you started to see familiar faces, and then combine that with new talent, and you went, all right, there's something for me to get excited about. But it didn't happen.
But again, it wasn't for the masses. It was for the fans of wrestling who wanted to continue watching wrestling. That's what I'm
But,
saying.
but I agree with you, but they didn't. Not everybody knew. There were people who wanted it but didn't know where to go. Then you had Lucha Underground. You had places
No,
come up.
God, fuck's sakes! I wish there was some kind of device that I could type in.
Yeah,
what
but
kind of pro wrestling can I watch today? And it could tell me.
And you don't think that WWE is controlling a lot of the algorithms? There are a billion dollar companies.
They can't control you from typing in
Pro wrestling.
Pro
If I were to
wrestling.
type in pro wrestling today and see what comes up, and to type it in 15 years ago, it would have been two different results completely. And I'm not saying, because there's, what options there are today versus back then. Your availability to data and information was a lot more squeezed. It just was. And you don't know what parameters to type in to even know what you want to look for. You might have been able to do it by going, where's this person wrestling now?
Listen,
and you might have gone,
I
don't know that.
Wanted Coke, they'd find Coke. That's what it comes down to. And what you're talking about are people who did Coke, had fun for a while, but kind of grew tired of it. But if they really wanted it, they would have found more. And they could have. But that was 25 years ago. Hey, 5 years of Rhea Ripley on the main roster. Congratulations, Rhea.
That's awesome.
That's good.
I thought she was here longer on the main roster.
Yeah, it definitely feels like she's been around longer.
But she's that big of a star. She's
crammed a lot of moments in just a small time.
Yeah, absolutely agreed.
She's right up there with one of the greatest. All right, who is this?
Zach Kevin Nash.
That is Big Sexy. Yes, back in his college basketball days. Fucking love that picture. Facebook ads. I saw this come up and I'm like, what fucking Triple H game is this?
What the?
Some companies just using basically an AI AAA image to fucking.
So they made Triple H into Kratos and then put him on the app. Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of people are want him to be Kratos in the movie.
Yeah. But speaking of AI, this was great. So Laurinaitis posted an AI photo of him in a meet and greet with a huge crowd. So Rhino decided to do his own and quote, "I want to thank all of my wonderful fans who came out to my signing over the weekend. It's much appreciated. You packed the house, and I just want to let you know that there's no way this is AI or fabricated in any way." That was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Shout outs to the Pope, by the way, in that image.
Yeah, right.
Pope Francis with the Rhino sign.
Right. So fucking awesome. Some WWE ex-employee, Freddie Prinze, and his wife, this Sarah someone Geller thing, and Alexa Bliss, and that guy Ryan something Cabrera. I don't know.
Cabrera.
But having a time hanging out. Some good artwork here of Steamboat and Flair. Really nice. Speaking of good artwork, this I thought was just amazing of Gunther and Dragon Lee.
Shit.
It's just fucking awesome, isn't that? Speaking of awesome, the Slammies.
Oh, Lord.
Pile Driver live. Bam Bam.
Hell yeah.
Bigelow with a fucking bass sax. What the?
Like he's actually playing a bass sax. And Coco doing something with his hand. Not too sure what he's doing.
Coco beware.
This is great, Steve. So Brock Lesnar saying, "I got that tattoo. I was shit-faced, drunk. There was a tattoo shop across the street from the biker bar, and that's not a good place to have a tattoo shop. I got this tattoo. I didn't even know I got the damn thing. I wake up the next day, and I'm like, what the hell is this thing?"
It's awesome.
So dope.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've all wondered what the fuck is that tattoo, and now we know.
Yeah.
This was great, too. You got to be a bad motherfucker to show up in a 30-man fight with a necklace made of Dunkin' Donuts munchkins.
He comes out with darker ones now, so it doesn't look so...
Yeah. And by the way, remember, ECW legend, the Sandman, will face the Invisible Man for his last match here in Vegas.
Yep. And by the way, I recommend everybody seeking out the clip of him getting jumped by the Invisible Man during an interview. It's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome.
The question is, of course, Sabu had his last match last year. So what is the over/under on Sandman?
Don't do that. No.
Just saying. Just saying.
We're already in trouble for that fucking Sabu interview.
Damn, Seth Rollins doing robberies now. There's a wonderful picture of all these guys in the black hoodies stealing jewelry from his jewelry shop. It was 30 plus thieves stole over $1 million of jewelry in California. That's
and then
crazy.
Triple H hired them.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey guys, you need a job.
Hey, you guys remember Adam O'Brien?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, he's gonna have a big match. Looks like with a guy named what's his face? You know,
You had the joke set up.
no, there's no joke. That's literally that's what's his fucking face? Drew McIntyre.
Oh, I thought that was. Do you know what that looks like? Pierce. And it looks like Adam Pierce.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's Adam Pierce. That's got to be.
It is Adam Pierce. Yeah, that's why it's
shit.
Adam O'Brien. Yeah. So this was, I think, somewhere around 99 or 2000. It was somewhere around that.
No,
Wasn't it?
They were still showing the New Generation logo. Like that had the New Generation logo in the corner.
But
So
I'm not too sure if they were, because this is local. That was local NYC, so they might not have essentially switched the graphics.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like as they were transitioning. So it might have been 97, but
wait, did you just say Adam Pierce is transitioning?
Yep. Here's a collection of all the WWE Black champions.
Raheem.
I love that photo.
There
we go.
Oh God.
That's right. When the fan goes too far and makes his own custom CM Punk naked wearing the belts figure. This was great. On the Nikki and Brie show, the Bella Twins discussed having a crush on an animated series character. The veteran star's first choice was Shrek. However, WWE stars soon revealed that the 90s animated version of Batman is her favorite one and said that she's ready to risk it all for Batman in a heartbeat. Quote, I would risk it all for Batman in a heartbeat. Batman's hot as fuck. I would 100% risk it all and panty drop for Batman, Nikki Bella claimed.
Is she the one banging like the 27-year-old like quarterback?
Yeah, she's with Cooper DeJean from the Philadelphia Eagles. He's like 22 and she's 42.
Right.
Yeah,
I think
her.
they're still together this week.
This week.
I don't know. Stone Cold Steve Austin have sunned all four people in this picture.
They need to do
Linda,
it again.
Stephanie, Triple H, and Trump. Fuck you. And going back to Adam O'Brien, fuck you. Love that. Family portrait.
Oh wow.
Back. Yeah.
Who's the woman though? I get the three guys, but just some rando.
That's friggin' that's mom.
That's mom to both of them.
Yeah.
But Paul Bearer is the dad of Kane and not Mark there.
Oh god.
AI is so ridiculous, isn't it? It's great. Oh, speaking of Beavis and Butthead here. Very fitting.
I see no difference.
Yep.
Right? How the gas station roller food looks at me while I'm grabbing water and healthy snacks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yep. MJF. So when AEW was in for the pay-per-view in LA, my friend Jake is on the morning show with the K-Rock crew there. And that is Jake's little dog, Kibby, who Kibby has met more freaking rock stars, wrestlers, entertainers than anyone on this planet. He's one of the most adorable dogs. And even MJF was taken by Kibby, which is hysterical. Also, MJF did rip on Jake on the show too, which was fun to see. Look, the Golden Girls.
Thank you for being a friend.
Of course, it's you got everyone but Sophia in this shot here. So, Rob Zombie looks like the ghost of Macho Man Randy Savage.
He
Facts.
does. Oh wow.
A couple weeks back, there was an anniversary and very solemn memory of this
God.
Hall. It's been 5 years since the tragedy of Anaya's Hall.
What?
Oh, my hole!
What possesses anybody? Nobody writes that. No way.
No one wrote it. I think I totally improvised that. And
My
it was
hole. Oh God.
one of her moments.
I
remember
you
when
shoved a lot of them in the hole.
Stephanie and Liv had that conversation a couple weeks back. Stephanie actually said, Dominic ate my ass after I ate way too much Taco Bell and came and gave you a kiss right afterward. Oh, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like they're losing a little steam on their feud going into WrestleMania.
Well, just needs more Taco Bell. So here's Tony Khan on a local Minnesota PBS.
No,
fundraiser.
come on. Get the fuck out of here. That's maybe like if Tony Khan and Nick Khan, like Shad Khan fucked, yeah, maybe.
Oh, jeez.
What is that?
I mean, for guys looking close to, what Tony's going to look like when he's 62. I mean, that guy's pretty.
Did everybody have a good time? Yeah. Did everybody eat nachos? Yeah.
Speaking of Tony, good news. They busted Tony's Coke dealer. Unfortunately, they also busted Tony at the same time.
Oh,
In all seriousness, though, Steve, it's great. I know that you do a lot of meet and greets, and I know that this one was probably one of your proudest moments recently when you met Tony for a meet and greet. The thing I couldn't understand, though, is
why does he look like Tony Shalhoub?
After 20 minutes of the meet and greet, this happened. So,
you need to make a music video about that.
What the fuck?
Also,
haters will say it's AI.
Steve rolled around in it too, like Steve just like bathed in it.
Dude,
I couldn't feel my face for like a month.
He's just like, hey, Steve. He's just powder everywhere. So I've been gone away. Realistically, it wasn't surgery that I was gone away for. I got an invitation. I was at an island, a very tropical island, very nice. And
was it very nice and very evil?
Well, I just got to say,
like that picture.
The island, the island was owned by a guy who hung out, and I was very kind of, I felt kind of alone. And then I finally, one night, I went into the dining area and I saw that our own president was with him on the island. And I'm like, oh my God. Not only one night, but 2 different nights. It's amazing.
What the fuck? Yeah, send me that.
So the trip was worthwhile to go to the island. I didn't know
it was. Hold on, I'm getting a message. That hold on, what's going on here? This is a message from your president. I don't know who got these pictures. These are very bad pictures or artificial intelligent pictures. The guy who made them is only a little bit intelligent. I don't know who that guy. That's not me. Okay, it's like Jim Carrey. That's not the real Donald Trump. Look at that guy. He's got brown eyes in that picture. See, look at that. He's got brown
Sure does.
eyes, and he looks like Ray Romano. Who the fuck got Ray Romano to put on a blonde wig? There's really sick people. Is this the same guy who was infatuated? He wanted black feet. He made an OnlyFans page for DJ Impact that he made himself. He took all of the money, and poor DJ Impact is walking up and down. First of all you had to do was call me, and I would have had Linda get you free tickets, DJ. You would have been in Upper Deck, but you would have got to sit there with your wife and kids where they were sitting and watch the match. And you wouldn't have had to sell your, what do they call that where you were working, your culo? You would not have had to sell your culo. Walking up and down Boulder Highway, selling your culo. So sad. And on Karen Street, by where the green door is. Okay. Don't ask how I know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Back to you, Rob.
Hey, perfect timing, Rob.
All right. So, to anybody going on Eventbrite, we still might have Mike Stiggs showing up. We added Josh Lidauer. Unfortunately, we have a one change in the lineup. Shannon Battle will not be able to make it. So just stay tuned. Might have another headliner come on through. If not, you'll have your president. And we've got some guest features coming in as well. New comics to the scene. I don't put trash on, but it's at 1227 South Main Street in Las Vegas for the Vintage Comedy Showcase. Vintage Cocktail Lounge run by Jeff and May, great couple. And you can get drink special, a shot and a beer, $7.
That's crazy.
We've got $5 drafts. It's a good time to be had. Come, and it's going to be Jay Monet, Josh Lidauer, Lizzie Bowen, and I've got a special guest or two, so stay tuned, or come in, you'll see it tomorrow. Stay tuned. Come in, you'll see it tomorrow. And guess what? If you're local,
Including that guy?
Jeez.
well, I mean, he's on the fucking poster, so yeah, he's hosting. Oh, that guy no, that guy is in. Hold on.
Depending on who you ask, he's out and just living his best life right now.
Excuse me. There's these rumors going on that Jeffrey Epstein, who I barely know, I've only heard of him in passing, could be in Israel. He could be in Iran. He could be in an island with, I heard the guy from Virgin, Richard Branson. And think about it. Why would he call his company Virgin if he must be the guy, he calls his company Virgin. Think about this now. He calls his company Virgin, and he's got his own private island, and we don't know what's going on there. I've heard things. People have told me that they call it Virgin Island for a reason, because that's where the 14-year-olds were. And think about it. He's British, okay? Ghislaine Maxwell, British, and Richard Bradford, British, on an island with virgins. It was called the Virgin Islands, where they had the virgins, and that's where that was happening. And you can't even get there by a plane. You got to take a boat. Okay, you've got to take a boat. I've heard people have said, they go, "Wow, I saw little girls on a rowboat to Virgin Island with Richard Branson and Ghislaine Maxwell." I'm just saying, people have said, a lot of people are talking about it. And I've never been there, and I know nothing about it. People have said, and it's possible that that's where the virgins were, on Virgin Island with Richard Branson and Virgin Atlantic Planes. Think about it. It's very sad. Very, quite honestly, very sad what's going on there, and if we had the oil from the Strait of Hormuz, we'd be able to take a boat over there and find out. But very sad. Rob, back to you. And thank you for your attention to this matter. Thank you. You guys are doing God's work,
Okay, Steve, what do you got to say?
Just want to say thank you to everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all the stuff that you guys do. We appreciate each and every one of you. Also, a very special thank you to all the brave men and women serving this country, whether you're doing it on lands foreign or domestic. Thank you for doing what you do. So we can do what we love
foreign,
to do.
what are we talking about? Island? What foreign islands? Where are we talking? When we say foreign
All
and
of them.
domestic,
All of them.
Even
All
the
of
new ones, because there's going to be a lot of new ones.
Yes, actually.
All right, very good.
Yep,
Continue,
absolutely.
sir.
Yes, sir. And also repsports.com, reppsports.com. Go there for all your pre-workout, weight loss, and general energy needs. Repsports.com. Use promo code Vegas at checkout and save yourself 10%.
Do they have
Matt
those
Michaels,
blue pills there?
You might want to check on repsports.com. But I do also want to say, Matt Michaels, welcome back, brother. We missed you. We definitely appreciate you, and it's great to have you back.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be back. Until the next time.
Exactly.
We'll see. We'll see if that's coming down the road. I will know in a few months. So, but until then, I hear Steve's good friend has something to say.
Did any of you have a great time tonight? Yeah.
With that, everybody, thank you for hanging out. We'll do it all again next week. Till then, happy wrestling.
Rolling up the strip under neon lights. Podcast mics glowing in the desert nights. Matt and Michael's leading with the swagger tight. Sin City Steve right by your side. Alright. Rob Butcher Larry dropping truths, no fear. Broadcasting stories, make it loud and clear. From the Fremont edges to the Bellagio sphere. These bad boys rule, let me make that clear. Vegas bad boys, tearing up the scene.
To Matt Michaels and the Vegas Boys of Podcasting, this is John Cena saying thank you so much.